What if the universe has already laid a path of abundance at your feet, a trail of luminous breadcrumbs made not of bread, but of numbers, and your only task is to learn how to see them in the dim light of your everyday life? What if these numerical sequences are not random accidents, but a deliberate whispered language from the cosmos, a code waiting to be cracked that could align your reality with one of profound prosperity and deep, meaningful synchronicity? Stay with me, because we are about to translate this code together. I will reveal 6 powerful numerical vibrations that are currently converging into a potent alignment, and I will also share one final master number that acts as a spiritual amplifier, accelerating everything you are about to understand. The universe is in a constant state of communication. It is a vibrant, living entity that speaks not in words, but in patterns, in echoes, in the gentle repetition of symbols that cross your path when you least expect it, yet when you most need to see them. It speaks through the time on the clock that you glance at in a moment of doubt, through the license plate of the car in front of you when you are lost in thought, through the page number of a book you randomly open seeking solace. These are not mere coincidences. These are winks from the cosmos, subtle nods designed to guide you, to reassure you, to pull you back onto the path that your soul agreed to walk long before you took your first breath. For this spiritually attuned period we are entering, 6 specific numerical energies are coming into a powerful resonant alignment, creating a harmonic gateway through which intention can flow into manifestation with surprising ease. This is a time of heightened spiritual frequency, a cosmic tide that lifts all boats, but especially those that are ready to set sail. Your willingness to be aware, to be present, to notice these signs is what determines whether you will simply watch the tide come and go, or whether you will harness its power to carry you to new shores. In the profound wisdom of ancient philosophical traditions, there are sacred moments in time when the inner landscape of your soul, the vast outer forces of the cosmic universe, and the unique winding path of your personal karma converge into a single luminous point. This convergence creates a doorway, a shimmering portal through which abundance in its many forms can flow into your life not as a desperate struggle, but with a sense of effortless grace and right timing. During such potent cycles, the universe responds with astonishing speed, to clarity, to disciplined action, and to mindful desire. It is as if the veil between thought and form becomes thin, almost transparent. Those individuals who manage to remain centered amidst the chaos, focused amidst the distraction, and brave enough to trust the journey even when the path is shrouded in fog, are the very ones who attract opportunities that others, with a less attuned vision, will later dismiss as simple luck or random chance. Within this powerful energetic opening, 6 sacred number vibrations await your recognition. Each one is a unique key, humming with its own specific frequency and holding a distinct piece of the puzzle of your potential abundance. Think of them not as lucky charms, but as tuning forks for your consciousness. When you consciously align your own mental and emotional energy with their frequency, you begin to vibrate in harmony with the opportunities they represent. You will start to notice perfect timing emerging from the chaos, ideal connections appearing as if from nowhere, and new pathways unfolding before you with a sense of magical, yet perfectly logical, ease. Your personal frequency, in truth, determines the reality you experience, and the final number we will explore is widely considered a spiritual catalyst, a master key. When approached not with greed, but with pure, focused intention and a heart open to receive, it has the power to intensify your innate ability to manifest and dramatically fast-track your journey toward a state of true, holistic wealth. Before we embark on this exploration, if you are ready to align, to truly open yourself to this wisdom, please support this channel by liking this video, subscribing to Mystic Philosophy, and commenting, I am ready below to affirm your intention to the universe. Let us begin this journey together, you and I. First, we turn our attention to a number that rarely demands the spotlight, yet possesses a magnetic quality that naturally draws energy toward it, becoming the quiet center of any situation. The number 3. It holds the serene, unshakable assurance of a person who can walk into a crowded, anxious room and, without saying a single word, shift the entire atmosphere toward calm simply through their presence. 3 is like a subtle, underlying rhythm in a beautiful piece of music, a bass line you did not consciously notice at first, but once it is pointed out, you feel its absence profoundly. It is the rhythm that makes your soul want to sway, to move, to create. Its vibration enters your personal reality not with a bang, but with a soft whisper, slipping into your day through sudden insights that click into place like a lock turning, through complex emotions that suddenly settle into a clear and understandable pattern, and through waves of pure inspiration that arrive not after forced effort, but in moments of quiet receptivity like a gentle tide. To truly grasp the energy of 3, imagine someone in your life who possesses a natural, effortless charisma. This person does not connect with others by trying to be the smartest or the funniest in the room. They connect by being fully, authentically present. Their energy is inviting, warm, and genuinely creative without being performative. They listen not just to respond, but to understand with their full heart. They speak with genuine intention, and their creativity seems to spill out into the world in a natural, unforced rhythm, touching everything around them. This harmonious, effortless blend of joy, honest expression, and heartfelt unity is the very core essence of the number 3. It is the number of pure creation, of effortless flow, and of the sacred art of turning intangible thought and feeling into tangible reality, without internal resistance or friction. From a philosophical standpoint, the number 3 represents a fundamental trinity of spiritual alignment, a triad that forms the bedrock of a conscious life. These are not merely abstract, ancient concepts to be studied. They are living, breathing principles that actively shape your inner world every single day. The first pillar of this trinity is your inner sage, that still, small voice within, the awakened awareness that knows, with absolute certainty, that your highest potential and enlightened nature are not something to be achieved in some distant future, but are already present within you, waiting only to be uncovered and embodied. The second pillar is your inner compass, your personal dharma, the core truths, teachings, and ethical principles that provide an unshakable foundation, keeping you grounded and steady when the winds of outer life howl and chaos seems to reign. It is the internal wisdom that whispers, stay steady, stay awake, stay true to who you are at your core. And the third pillar is your spiritual family, your Sangha, the community of souls both near and far who support your growth, who hold you accountable to your higher self, who nourish your spirit with their presence, and who remind you in moments of doubt that profound transformation becomes infinitely easier and more joyful when you are not walking the path alone. Success in its truest sense is never a solo journey. It is a shared vibration, a chorus rather than a solo. As this potent period unfolds, the energy of the number 3 actively encourages you, almost urges you, to step more fully into your own creative nature. It is a clear and present reminder that expressing your authentic self is not a frivolous luxury or a hobby for your spare time. It is a spiritual responsibility, a necessary function of your being. You do not need to wait for the perfect time, for the flawless idea, or for a more polished, perfect version of yourself to magically appear. Those delays are almost always fear in clever disguise, masquerading as sensible preparation. The universe responds to motion. Start sharing what is truly inside you right now in this moment. Start where you are, use what you have. Do not worry about what you lack. Write down that first sentence of the idea that has been circling your mind for months. Speak that kind but difficult truth you have been holding back from a loved one. Create something, anything, even if it feels small, insignificant, or imperfect. When your creative expression comes from a place of deep sincerity and authenticity, rather than from a desire for performance or external validation, the cosmos responds with immediate and tangible support. The number 3 teaches us that abundance is not about luck magically appearing from some external source. It is about the profound realization that your innate creativity, your boundless compassion, and your authentic, unique voice are themselves the most powerful sources of the abundance you seek. The more courageously and consistently you express who you truly are, the more life conspires to open corresponding doors, to align resonant opportunities, and to attract people who vibrate in harmony with your essential energy. Now, let us explore a number that enters the stage of your life not with a dramatic fanfare, but with a quiet, almost shy presence, yet it carries a profound and lasting influence that can gently reshape how you perceive your entire path. The number 11. At first glance, it may seem simple, humble, and almost too straightforward to be significant. Its true power, however, lies precisely in that subtlety, in its ability to be overlooked by the untrained eye. It slips into the periphery of your life with a soft persistence, on digital clocks as 11:11, on receipts, on street addresses, or on important dates, appearing again and again as if the universe is patiently tapping you on the shoulder, trying to deliver a gentle yet urgent reminder without startling you. In a deep philosophical understanding, the number 11 represents a state of awakened awareness and a delicate, precious inner harmony. Those two parallel straight lines are a powerful visual symbol, mirroring the essential balance that must be struck between your outer experiences and your inner truth. This number is a clear call to slow down your frantic pace, to consciously realign your racing thoughts with your deeper, quieter emotions, and to move through the world from a place of centered calm rather than from reactive chaos. When this internal alignment is successfully achieved, synchronicity naturally follows as a direct consequence. You begin to experience those seemingly effortless, magical moments when the right opportunities, the perfect people, and the clearest decisions simply fall into place at the exact right time, as if orchestrated by an invisible, benevolent hand. During this spiritually charged time, the vibration of the number 11 becomes even clearer and more pronounced. This is not because the universe itself has suddenly changed its mode of operation, but because you yourself are becoming more conscious, more awake, more attuned to the subtle language of signs and symbols that has always been playing all around you. Each appearance of this master number is a sacred invitation to pause for just a moment, to take a single, conscious breath, and to reconnect with that deep, wise, and knowing part of you that already possesses the map for your journey and knows the way forward, even when your conscious mind feels lost. If you have been feeling unsure, overwhelmed by choices, or patiently waiting for a clear direction from life, understand that the number 11 will not deliver ready-made answers on a silver platter. Its purpose is not to hand you a solution, but to guide you inward, to the source of all solutions. That sudden, unexpected moment of profound peace that descends in the middle of a stressful day, that intuitive thought, clear as a bell, that cuts through your mental fog and confusion, that quiet, solid feeling of, "I know what to do now," that arises from your core. These are all direct expressions and manifestations of the number 11's gentle energy, actively supporting your journey from the inside out. The great philosophical traditions teach that true enlightenment, that profound understanding, often begins not in grand cathedrals or on mountain tops, but in the simple, quiet, unremarkable moments of an ordinary life. The number 11 is not here to promise you instant wealth or a miraculous transformation that happens to you. Its sacred purpose is to help you notice the alignment that is already, silently, unfolding within and around you. It is a guide to recognizing that genuine abundance in all its forms appears precisely when you are mindful enough, awake enough, to see where the universe is gently, patiently, and lovingly leading you. Sometimes the cosmos chooses not to guide us with grand fireworks, dramatic revelations, or thunderous voices from the heavens. It prefers to use the smallest, softest, most intimate moments to reach us, to touch our hearts. Most people walk through life expecting their destiny to announce itself with a shout, with a brilliant flash of light, but in reality, the most meaningful and lasting shifts in our lives, the true turning points, almost always begin in silence, in the quiet spaces between our thoughts. And that is precisely the quiet, grounding, deeply nurturing wisdom carried by the number 41. This number is not here to overwhelm you with extravagant promises of sudden wealth or instant dramatic change. Instead, it offers a calming, stabilizing, grounding energy, like the profound physical and emotional feeling of finally exhaling completely after a long, tense and difficult day, releasing all the pent-up anxiety you were holding in your body without even realizing it. The vibration of the number 41 moves through your life with a gentle, deliberate and patient pace. It carries a steady, deeply stabilizing force that works to balance your often turbulent inner world. When life starts pulling you in a dozen different directions, when your responsibilities and obligations seem to fracture your attention and energy, think of the number 41 as the energy of a deeply centered person who does not need to speak loudly or give orders to influence a situation. Their serene presence alone makes you feel more collected, comforted, and clearer in your thinking than you were just moments before. Many people first begin to notice this number appearing during periods of intense emotional fatigue or spiritual exhaustion. When you are constantly running from one responsibility to the next, mechanically crossing tasks off an endless to-do list but never truly feeling a sense of accomplishment or fulfillment, or when your mind spins in frantic circles late at night, replaying unfinished conversations and unresolved worries, leaving you feeling utterly restless and agitated, even when your physical body is completely exhausted. In these fragile moments, the number 41 often makes its subtle appearance. You might see it on a grocery bill, on the number of a building you pass by, on the time displayed on your phone, or even in seemingly random places you would not normally pay any attention to. But I assure you, these appearances are not accidental. They are deliberate signals, coded messages from a compassionate universe, meant to stop you mid-rush, to interrupt your autopilot, and to remind you, urgently, to return to yourself, to your center, to your breath. In profound philosophical thought, true strength is never found in aggressively forcing outcomes or in frantic striving. It is born from cultivated awareness, from intentional stillness, and from being fully anchored in the boundless, eternal present moment. The energy of the number 41 embodies this ancient teaching to perfection. It is not asking you to push harder, to do more, or to add another item to your already overcrowded life. Its guidance is, in fact, the complete opposite. Simplify your mind. Clear out the accumulated emotional noise. Protect your inner harmony as if it were your most precious treasure. When your actions originate from a place of deep inner clarity and peace, rather than from reactive stress and anxiety, your progress through life becomes inherently smoother, deeper, and infinitely more meaningful. So if the number 41 keeps faithfully crossing your path, treat it not as a curiosity but as a sacred form of communication. It is the universe, in its infinite wisdom, reminding you that true rest is not a sign of weakness, and that cultivating peace is not a passive act. Balance itself, a calm and centered spirit, is one of the most powerful and overlooked forms of abundance. Your journey forward does not ultimately depend on how fast you are moving, but on how aligned, how peaceful your inner world feels with every single step you take. Let us now turn our focused attention to a number that rarely, if ever, tries to stand directly in the spotlight, yet somehow mysteriously always leaves a deep and lasting imprint on your soul whenever it quietly crosses your path. The number 9. It is not a number that shouts for recognition or demands applause. It speaks with a calm, unshakable confidence, carrying the accumulated wisdom of someone who has consciously walked through every season of human experience, through joy and sorrow, success and failure, and has finally gracefully arrived at a place of deep understanding and acceptance. 9 is like the final beautifully written page of a meaningful and transformative chapter in the book of your life. It is the soft, satisfying closure that brings all the preceding events, characters, and lessons into a perfect, resonant harmony. Without this closing chapter, without this number, the entire story would feel unsettlingly incomplete, lacking the resolution that gives all that came before it its true meaning and significance. Think carefully about the various times this powerful number has recently appeared in the landscape of your life. Maybe you glanced at your phone and noticed the battery was at 9%. Maybe a receipt from a coffee shop totaled an amount ending in a 99. Or perhaps you keep noticing the number 9 in street addresses, on important dates, or hidden within phone numbers. These occurrences might seem entirely ordinary and meaningless at first, superficial glance, but from a deep philosophical perspective, moments and symbols that repeat themselves with insistence are rarely, if ever, just simple coincidence. They are better understood as gentle, persistent nudges from a benevolent universe, encouraging you, urging you to look beneath the surface of things, to peer into the deeper meaning. Whenever the number 9 keeps showing up in your awareness, it is whispering a single, powerful message to your spirit: pay attention. Something within you is shifting, transforming, coming to a natural conclusion. The number 9 represents a significant cycle in your life, reaching its point of full maturity and completion. It is a moment when you have gathered all the necessary experience, harvested the essential insight, and gained emotional clarity from everything you have lived through up to this point. But please understand, this is not the kind of ending that feels heavy, painful, or full of regret. This is the kind of ending that feels like waking up refreshed after a long and deep sleep, stretching your arms toward the sky and realizing with a start that a bright new day has already begun, full of fresh potential. Picture this in your mind. You are walking along a long winding trail through a beautiful forest. The walk has been tiring at times, even challenging, with steep climbs and uncertain paths. But just as you reach the 9th marker stone, you decide to pause for a moment and catch your breath. You turn around and suddenly you are gifted with a breathtaking panoramic view of the entire valley behind you. All the past challenges, all the difficult lessons, all the moments you questioned everything and wondered if you were on the right path. They all begin to magically align into a coherent, beautiful, and purposeful bigger picture. That profound moment of revelation, that deep understanding, is the pure vibration of the number 9. It is the moment of integration when everything you have been carrying, learning, and experiencing finally makes perfect divine sense. In a modern world that is utterly obsessed with constant movement, busy schedules, endless goal setting, and non-stop social comparison, the number 9 brings a softer, wiser, and much-needed message. It asks you to slow down just for a while and to consciously acknowledge who you have become through your journey. It reminds you that genuine progress is not only about racing feverishly toward the next external achievement, it is also about pausing to recognize, honor, and integrate the profound internal changes you have already made within yourself. When the number 9 appears frequently in your life, it functions as a spiritual checkpoint, a resting place for the soul. It is asking you to breathe deeply, to reflect honestly, and to trust, at a bone-deep level, that your personal journey is unfolding exactly as it should, even when you cannot see the entire map. Sometimes the universe does not want you to push harder, to strive more relentlessly. It wants you to stop, to be still, and to fully receive what you have already earned energetically, what you have already become through your efforts and experiences. So, the next time you notice the number 9, do not treat it as something random or insignificant. Treat it as a mirror held up to your soul. Ask yourself with sincere curiosity, what is naturally, organically completing itself in my life right now? Perhaps you are outgrowing a routine that no longer inspires you or serves your highest good. Maybe a significant relationship is naturally, gracefully shifting into a new, different phase. Maybe a job, a long-held habit, or a core belief that once felt absolutely essential to your identity is now gently, rightly, fading away to make space for the new. The number 9 does not demand that you forcibly, painfully rip these things from your life. It simply, lovingly, invites you to release what is already ending with a sense of peace and profound gratitude, because endings, in the highest spiritual sense, are always and forever new entrances, new beginnings in disguise. When you respectfully honor what is closing, you automatically create sacred space for something more aligned, more purposeful, and more abundantly fulfilling to enter your path. And now, we arrive at our next number, a vibration that the universe often cleverly hides in the most ordinary, overlooked corners of your day, waiting for you to discover it. 17. It may appear printed on a random bill, on the side of a passing delivery truck, or on your computer screen at the exact moment you finally look up from your work, feeling distracted. And yet, every single time it decides to show itself, it feels deeply intentional, as if life itself is sending you a soft personal whisper, urging you with quiet persistence to pause your frantic pace and pay close attention to the present moment. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, rarely delivers its most important messages with loud, dramatic proclamations. Instead, it almost always prefers subtle nudges, gentle taps on the shoulder that invite a state of awareness rather than forcing it upon you through shock or fear. The number 17 carries within it an unusual, almost magical blend of two distinct energies that, when combined, create a powerful and dynamic spiritual balance. The number 1 brings the energy of forward movement, of initiation. It represents new beginnings, bold, decisive action, and the core self-confidence needed to actively shape your own destiny, to be the author of your story. Meanwhile, the number 7 reflects and embodies the seemingly opposite energy, that of inner peace, deep, contemplative thinking, spiritual clarity, and the quiet, profound wisdom that only ever comes when you consciously choose to stop, to listen to the silence, instead of constantly rushing forward into noise. When these two powerful forces come together within the compound number 17, they form a harmonious, vital bridge between the necessary act of taking action and the essential practice of cultivating mindfulness, between the impulse to move forward and the need to stay deeply grounded in your truth. People who feel a natural, intuitive draw to the frequency of 17 often move through their lives with a calm, unshakable assurance that others notice and admire. They do not frantically chase every potential outcome or cling desperately to the illusion of control. Instead, they practice a deep trust in the natural, intelligent rhythm of situations unfolding in their own time around them. This master number teaches a profound and liberating truth. You can and must pursue your most heartfelt goals with clear intention and passionate effort, while simultaneously practicing the art of surrendering to a divine, perfect timing that is wiser than your own limited planning. Sometimes what looks like a frustrating delay or an annoying detour from your perspective is actually life itself, with its broader vision, gently guiding you toward a much better, more aligned direction than you could have ever plotted for yourself. During this particular period, the energy swirling around the number 17 becomes even more noticeable and potent. If you have been feeling internally torn between difficult decisions, if you have been patiently waiting for a sign of clarity, or secretly seeking a confirmation from the universe that you are on the right track, the sudden, repeated appearance of 17 might very well be your long-awaited sign of alignment. Not because it functions as a lucky charm in the superficial sense, but because it serves as a sacred invitation to reconnect with your own inner voice, to consult your soul's wisdom before you take that next important step into the unknown. So, whenever the number 17 meaningfully crosses your path, do not brush it aside as mere coincidence or a trick of your mind. Instead, I invite you to take one single conscious breath. In that moment of pause, ask yourself with genuine openness, what is the deeper message hidden within this specific moment? What is life trying to tell me right now? Because 17 does not just act as a simple lucky symbol, it acts as active spiritual guidance, a navigational instrument for the soul. It is a quiet, powerful reassurance that you are, in fact, moving in the right direction, and that the universe, in its magnificent intelligence, is gently, invisibly arranging the details and circumstances for your next beautiful chapter, even before you have arrived there. And now, as promised, I will reveal that rare bonus number, the one I mentioned at the very beginning. This is a vibration long believed by many traditions to carry a uniquely amplified energy for personal transformation, for lasting prosperity, and for rapid, accelerated growth. A number that may very well open doors for you that you never even realized were waiting quietly for your arrival if you are truly ready to receive its power with conscious awareness and pure intention. We now turn to the powerful grounding influence of the number 44. When the number 44 keeps appearing in your daily life, showing up with a persistence that cannot be ignored, please know that it is never, ever just a random moment. It is a deliberate, targeted message from the universe itself, designed specifically for you. Whether you notice it on the clock at 4:44, on a long receipt, on the side of a passing vehicle, or in a page number, this powerful compound number carries the distinct vibration of the master stabilizer, the master builder. It is the energy that helps you consciously create a life built not on fleeting luck, but on genuine strength, unwavering clarity, and long-term, enduring stability. Unlike other numbers that might signify sudden, unexpected luck or instant, fleeting wealth, the number 44 represents the kind of authentic, lasting success that grows slowly and surely through steady, consistent effort and deeply meaningful, purposeful intention. Think of a massive, ancient oak tree with roots that plunge deep into the heart of the earth. Storms may sway its branches, fierce winds may whip through its leaves, but nothing short of a cataclysm can ever uproot it from its foundation. That powerful, unshakable image is the very essence of 44. It is about building a personal and spiritual foundation so strong, so resilient, that life's inevitable challenges and difficulties can bend you temporarily, but they can never, ever break your core spirit. During this spiritually heightened and potent month, the core message of the number 44 becomes more vital and relevant than ever. Its instruction is clear: focus your precious energy instead of scattering it to the winds. Choose what truly, authentically matters to your soul, and then stay committed to that path with unwavering dedication. The number 44 teaches us all a crucial lesson: that genuine, lasting transformation does not require frantic speed or hurried action. It requires patient, day-by-day persistence. Every single consistent step you take, even the ones that feel small and insignificant, is actively shaping a future that feels truly secure, deeply fulfilling, and aligned with your highest purpose. In profound philosophical thought, true, enduring strength does not come from external power or domination, but from a cultivated inner stillness. When your mind is calm like the surface of a still lake, your decisions become clear, reflecting the truth like perfect mirrors. The number 44 mirrors this ancient teaching beautifully. It represents a perfect blend of grounded ambition with mindful awareness, reminding you to always act from a place of clear intention rather than from a place of reactive fear or lack. When challenges and obstacles inevitably arise, as they do for everyone, the energy of 44 advises you to breathe first, to find your center, and only then to move forward with purposeful action. So the next time you see the number 44, I encourage you to pause for a significant moment and consciously recognize it for what it is, a sacred reminder from the cosmos itself. You are in the process of building something genuinely meaningful with your life. Every act of discipline, every moment of practiced patience, every conscious choice to continue on your path, even when it is difficult. Each of these is another brick, strong and true, placed in the enduring foundation of your personal abundance. You do not need to chase an impossible ideal of perfection. You just need to stay steady, to be persistent, to show up for yourself day after day. If this message resonates deeply with you, if you feel its truth in your bones, I invite you to affirm it powerfully in the comments section below. Write the words, "I am steady, I am focused, I am building my future with clarity and intention." And if this exploration has inspired you today, if it has given you a new lens through which to view your journey, please support this channel by liking this video, subscribing to Mystic Philosophy, and sharing this conversation with someone in your life who needs encouragement to trust their own unique process. Because 44 is not just a number, it is a living vibration of grounded, unshakable strength. It is a constant reminder that you already carry within you the innate power to create a life of profound meaning and lasting significance, a life that will endure through all seasons. I'll see you in the next one.